What's up guys, Lou here, back with another video, and today I've got something I think you'll be interested in. In front of me, fresh from my mailbox, is a case, actually a couple of cases, for what may be the upcoming iPad Pro. This thing has been rumored for a while, and now, as usual, we've got factories producing cases in advance of the actual product release. This was sent to me from the legendary Sonny Dixon, whom you're probably familiar with at this point. He said, hey Lou, do you want to check out some of these cases? I said, sure. Let's go ahead and compare them to the current iPad and see just how much bigger a 12-inch or 12-plus-inch iPad will be. And as you can tell, looking at this image here, it's quite a bit bigger. So I've actually got cases here from two separate manufacturers. This one is your fairly standard TPU style clear case. And then I've got this other leather style case that flips open. The interesting thing here is that both match identically in terms of dimensions, which may increase the likelihood of these mock-ups being accurate. So over here I have the current generation full-size iPad, the iPad Air 2, which as you know has a 9.7-inch display. You can see it measured there. Now when I look at this new form factor over here and I do a similar measurement, I end up somewhere around 12.5 inches diagonally. Some of the components, like the front of it, may not actually be fabricated yet. So the bezel may be slimmer, which may allow for you to gain some screen real estate and get up to that rumored dimension of 12.9 inches for the display. Nonetheless, this case and this image points in the direction of a 12-inch plus iPad Pro. Now in terms of thickness, we're looking at a profile almost identical to the current generation iPad Air 2. So of course everybody wants a thin device, but in this case it's a little bit concerning because of the overall form factor, the footprint. This is massive, and you have to wonder if the same materials will hold up or be durable enough to span this entire region. But maybe this is the reason why Apple is investing in new materials. The 7000 series aluminum that was rumored, maybe we'll see a stronger iPad Pro. Okay, so let's continue on and do the remaining measurements of this mock-up. So width-wise, we are looking at 8 3/4 inches. Height is sitting at exactly 12 inches. And that diagonal measurement for the entire case is 14.5 inches. Given this mock-up, I think we can confidently say that the display on this device will likely be in the neighborhood of 12.5 to 13 inches. Now, the last thing to talk about is ports, because we have an unusual layout here. But the thing that I like here is that we have two separate cutouts on each end. And the reason this is cool is because when you're holding the device in landscape mode, you're not actually covering any of the active ports. You have an output up here at the top as well as below your hands at the bottom. I think what we're seeing here is stereo sound, just with a couple of different places for it to escape. Now the remaining characteristics on the case are pretty familiar for iPad users. Here you have a cutout for your headphones, your power switch, volume up and down, and then on the bottom there's a cutout here for what will likely be the charging connector, which many are speculating will be USB-C. Now where things get interesting, you have a separate cutout which is identical to the cutout on the bottom. But why? Some originally speculated that it would be for a SIM card, but I've measured up, I put my phone next to it, and it doesn't look wide enough for a SIM card tray, at least not as wide as the SIM card tray on my phone. I don't really know at this point. All I can say is that the cutouts are identical, whether you're talking about the portrait cutout or the landscape cutout. And the last remaining cutout on the back of the case is for the camera. Nonetheless, with the arrival of this case and also this one right here, which matches the exact same internal dimensions, I would say that we could very well be seeing a much larger iPad coming very shortly. At this point, it looks like sometime around September, October, or the regular iPad release cycle. And I suppose the question now goes out to you. Is this something you're interested in? Do you want a bigger iPad? An iPad Pro? All right, guys, so that wraps up this first look at this mock-up and case pointing in the direction of the next generation iPad or the iPad Pro, which will likely be sold in conjunction with the standard iPad. Once again, let me know down in the comments if this is at all interesting to you and if you would be first in line to purchase an iPad Pro. Anyways, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Later, guys.